All right, we are finally back, and after a much-needed mental health break, we're back with all of the same married couple chaos that you love.
And I think we picked the perfect series to encapsulate our personalities. The book that has been taking over the world like the Borant Corporation, Dungeon Crawler Carl by Matt Dinniman.
Yes, DCC has been causing some serious FOMO. This series has been popular for years, but now it has been really exploding this past year, especially with women. So buckle the fuck up because this book is absolutely insane.
I'm ready to do a little dungeon crawling with Carl and Princess Donut. So let's go.
Welcome, crawlers, to our premiere episode of Dungeon Crawler Carl by Matt Dinniman. You're listening to Book for Two. I'm Scott, a.k.a. Carl.
And I'm Genevieve, a.k.a. Donut. Princess Donut.
We are a married couple who reads the same chapters every week.
And then refuses to let each other get away with bad takes.
She's here for the magic and the mayhem of the heart.
And he's here for the lore and the legendary stakes.
Every week we read the same chapters and pretend to keep it calm and reasonable.
And then immediately start debating fictional people like they personally offended us.
All right, so now it's time for our favorite part. We are going to update you on our lives, what's going on with this podcast. There's a lot going on, so we're going to try to keep this as brief as possible.
Yeah.
All right, so first off, yes, we have been very quiet lately. We have both experienced extreme burnout. For those of you who are neurodivergent and understand autism burnout, it sucks.
Yeah, this is a really rough one.
Yeah, so basically with everything that's been going on in the world, I think what really kicked it off for me was Renee Good, Alex Preddy. And when that happened, I just couldn't bring myself to make anything positive. Why am I pretending to be fake and positive? Talking about, oh, read this book, and that's happening. So I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, it didn't feel real. It didn't feel genuine anymore. And there was no passion behind it anymore because I'm so stressed out, or was so stressed out. I'm still stressed out about what's going on in the world, but I can't let that take our joy of the podcast and of reading books together away from ourselves.
Yeah, because we built such a strong community through what we done on TikTok and things like that and through this podcast. And like you said, why stop that positivity when we can reach more and more people that have like-minded thinking, bring attention to books that we now want to read. And I think that was the other thing is I think we were also kind of getting burnt out trying to do things for Book Talk and for Bookstagram, but not for us.
We were just trying to be with everyone, be with the Joneses, essentially, like the Joneses of TikTok. Oh, everybody's reading this book. Well, we better read that book too, or we're going to be left out or feel left behind. And
well, also we connected through ACOTAR and then we started Throne of Glass. So we thought that we were stuck in the romantasy community. And there's nothing wrong with romantasy. We both love it, but we are also people who love other genres. I want to read other things. I want to bounce around and explore a bunch of different authors. I mean, that's how I am with my tattoos. I just don't want one artist. As much as I love Freddie's artwork, I still want to appreciate what other people bring to the table. And that's how it is for reading for me.
Same. Yeah. I know that my favorite series is Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Yeah. So to stick with strictly romantasy, I felt disingenuous to myself.
Yeah.
So when I read... Oh, go ahead.
No, well, I was going to say your top two books are perfect examples of liking two vastly different things. Your number one book, like you said, is Hitchhikers, and your number two book is For Whom the Bell Tolls, which is a cozy kind of romantasy.
Yeah. So two totally different things, but I need to be able to explore those as well. And you want me to read Red Rising, so that's another sci-fi dystopian that I need to get into. So I want to be able to do that, and I want to be able to take our crew along with us. So we just have to be true to ourselves, and not being true to ourselves, I think, is what really contributed to that burnout. A lot of it.
Yeah. And I think we also discussed, we do want to keep our followers engaged, which is why this last time we were like, okay, well, let's pick 4 books that we want to do. And then we'll give it to our followers and then let them help us pick, because these are 4 books that we don't mind doing. And they were 4 different types of books too. But they were 4 that we wanted to do.
Yeah.
And the great thing is, no matter what we read, we're still going to be us. And that is very important to us too. And that was the last thing I kind of want to touch on is I hate being fake. We both hate being fake. And unfortunately, right now, all that gets rewarded is chaos and being fake. Negativity and everything.
Controversy.
Everything's a 6-star read and all that. And I was like, I can't do that. I have to be me. And whether I get 100 views or 10,000 views, I can't care about that anymore. And that wasn't issues. I was caring.
Yeah. I know that was a big issue for you.
Yeah, that was a huge, huge issue.
Yeah.
All right, so let's jump into something a little bit more positive, actually very, very positive. So we did interview Miss J.C. Lynn, the author of For Whom the Bell Tolls and the creator of Hell's Bells, and she was absolutely wonderful.
It was the most amazing, 3 hours that she spent with us? More than that?
It was at least 5 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Because we did an hour and a half before recording, 2 hours of recording. I think she still hung out with us like an hour and a half afterwards.
Oh my gosh. I didn't realize it was that. It was amazing. It was a great time. Really got to understand a little bit more about her thinking and her processes and how she really just does not see herself as any of the characters. Yeah. Like that was probably my number one takeaway.
Yeah, that was a huge takeaway.
She shows herself as an outside observer, like looking in, like she's like a little spy on what's going on. So that was very interesting.
That was probably one of the biggest topics for her. And I totally get that, how you want to be separated from your characters. A lot of times people think that you are this character. And then, they get that disappointed, like, oh, well, you're not acting like Lily. And it's like, I'm not Lily. Like, maybe a little part of me is Lily, but not all of me. Like, Lily's its own thing.
I imagine that a little piece of her is in each of her characters.
Of course, yeah.
And she specifically said that she wished she had made Lily a brunette from the beginning so that there would have been no confusion.
Yeah. All right. So speaking of that interview, we are looking at second week of May for that one. Yeah. So it is going to be a little bit after her birthday. I'm not trying to hog it. I don't think it's on my birthday, but it will be second week of May, that Wednesday. I don't have a calendar with me, so I don't have the exact date. So second week of May, that Wednesday. All right. So real quick, just talk about a few current reads. So one of my favorite current reads lately had been Red Winter by Cameron Sullivan. Brand new author. He killed it. If you like horror,
historical fiction.
Historical fiction. I always forget that. Yeah, horror, historical fiction, magic, sarcastic demons that act like Venom from the Venom movies.
Oh, nice.
You have a sassy succubus. She's absolutely lovely and funny.
I can't wait for her. I'm actually listening to that book as well. And I found out that the footnotes that you get when you're reading the physical copy, I don't know how to differentiate those.
Yeah.
So I'm actually going to try an immersive read to see if I can hear a tone change or something. But if not, I might have to read the physical copy of this. But the voice acting is incredible.
Oh, yeah, I heard that.
So I'm like, I'm torn. I'm torn. So I might have to immersive read this one.
Yep. And then you got put on some Scalzi, some John Scalzi.
I did. Oh my gosh, John Scalzi. So, of course, my favorite book series is Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And Alana over at Barnes & Noble said, have you heard of John Scalzi? Starter villain. And I had not. And it's a really short read. And it's just absolutely fantastic. Yep. It's a down on his luck guy who just wants to make ends meet, and he finds out that his uncle died, his estranged uncle dies, and leaves him in charge of a villain crime.
Yeah, he's a billionaire that gives him like Dr. Evil. Like if a bunch of Dr. Evils lived, like, because he had like talking dolphins where they had a union. Yep. They had unionized dolphins. Yes. So it is.
And cats are in management.
Yes. Cats are in management.
Cats in management, dolphins in unions, and being villains, like the whole villain network kind of thing. Humanizing villains is how I'm even going to word it. Like, I absolutely loved it.
Yeah. So if you like Douglas Adams or Matt Dinniman, John Scalzi is going to be right up your alley.
Right up your alley.
And then we are both currently reading Empire the Vampire by Jay Kristoff. I am a lot further ahead because she got FOMO while we both tried to read Crescent City. I'm still going to read it. I know a lot of people saw the TikTok. Yes, I'm going to keep going further. She was also doing it, but then she got FOMO because she saw how much I was loving Empire the Vampire. So
I'm like, no, wait, I got to. And I just haven't had any time to read at all. But now that my hand's all messed up, I can't play video games. Yeah. So looks like I'm going to be reading.
Yes. I highly, highly, highly recommend Jay Kristoff. And for anyone who is scared to read a male author when it comes to fantasy, he's very, very, very feminist. He's very good at writing women and writing scenes. So trust Jay Kristoff, 100%.
I love
it. So we're going to bust through the new format to this episode. So we used to do a very long summary. We had fun with it, but we also wanted to discuss a little bit more about the book because that's what we are. We're a deep dive. We have to assume that y'all read the book, right?
Right.
The summary is going to be a little bit shorter. We're still going to have a little bit of chaotic fun with it and have some quips in there and things. And if you do want a little bit longer, let us know. And then right after that, we have
the dungeon debrief, which is going to consist of the quote of the chapter, funniest moment, our favorite achievement or power up, nerds explaining nerd things. Now, tell us a little bit about that.
All right, so nerds explaining nerd things for those of you who are not in the nerd culture like we are, obviously with cosplaying and everything. We are deeply ingrained, so we are very good at explaining things. So think of it as like a quick little class. We might even have a whiteboard or blackboard eventually to roll around for you guys. And we'll explain any nerd lingo that you might be confused about. That way you are not confused while reading this book, because that is an entryway point to this. A lot of people are scared to read books like this because they don't understand.
They're like, what is a LitRPG?
Yeah, they don't understand
gamer
lingo and things like that.
And Sam Boyd on TikTok did a really good job of explaining what is a LitRPG. I think she's got a whole series on her TikTok right now.
Yep. And then we are doing tinfoil hat section much different. Instead of doing it at the end of every chapter, we're going to do it at the end of the episode. We're just going to have our big tinfoil hats for what's coming up next or further along in the series.
Fabulous. Yep. So excited. And then after that, we also have downloadable DCC character sheets that we're going to update every episode.
Yep. So if you've ever played Dungeons and Dragons or anything like that, the tabletop character sheets, I created some for you guys. I will also create some blank ones if you want to have fun and create your own character. Hopefully this will become a tabletop game. I think it would be absolutely fantastic to be a crawler.
It'd be so much fun.
It'd be a lot of fun. So they will be downloadable. We'll make sure they're downloadable on we could probably do it on the
Discord.
Discord, yeah.
Be on Discord.
All right. You ready?
Yeah. All right. Spoiler shield activate. We are covering Dungeon Crawler Carl through chapter 7. Enter now at your own risk.
This series contains blood, profanity, catastrophic decision-making, and a cat with more authority than most governments. Proceed responsibly. And please don't forget, if you're enjoying the show, hit follow or subscribe so you don't miss next week's dive. And if this episode gave you thoughts, send it to someone who will argue about it with you. Every share, like, and follow goes a long way in keeping independent shows like ours going.
We drop new episodes weekly every Wednesday at 6 a.m. Central on Spotify, Apple Music, and all podcast platforms. You can also watch the chaos on YouTube if you're more of a visual gremlin. Finally, we go live on TikTok every week to talk with all of you about all things bookish.
And if you want to reach out directly, questions, thoughts, business inquiries, you can email us at bookfor2podcast@gmail.com.
Okay, your spoiler shield better be up. We've been waiting all week to talk about this.
And we are not holding back, so let's dive into chapters 1 through 7 of Dungeon Crawler Carl by Matt Dinniman.
Let's turn the page. Cat Prerogative, Chapter 1. Sometimes your cat doing asshole cat things actually saves your life. Who knew?
All right, before we begin, let's take a moment to appreciate the dedication, which I'll read directly from the book. Quote, "This version of Dungeon Crawler Carl is dedicated to the star of one of the greatest, most inspiring, most amazing survival stories of our time, Fiona the hippo. Yes, I am dedicating this book to a goddamn hippopotamus. Sorry, Mom."
Wow.
Love it. And that is how you know what this book is going to be about, or this series, just from the dedication. Sets you up very nicely, and I think it's actually pretty genius.
It is, yeah. You just know it's going to be insane from the get.
Here we go. The beginning of this book did have us in a daze. Apparently at approximately 2:23 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, January 3rd, which fell on a Tuesday, everyone that was indoors, even in a cardboard box, was squished instantly. So, are you able to look at a calendar and see when that might be? Like a Tuesday, later. January 3rd?
I'll check and make sure it's not 2027.
Yeah, let's make sure we're outside with our cats and dog.
All right. Luckily, our narrator, Carl, yes, this is a first-person POV, was outside because his girlfriend's cat, Princess Donut Queen Anne Chunk, yes, that's her name.
It's a beautiful name.
Ran outside, which was unusual for her. Unfortunately, Carl was in heart-shaped boxers, a leather jacket, and pink Crocs that don't fit in the middle of winter. Carl gives us a quick rundown of before this event, and we'll give you just the highlights. Carl is 27 years old, an ex-Coast Guard, and lives in Seattle. His ex-girlfriend was B, most likely cheating. Carl got stuck with her award-winning Persian cat, Princess Donut Queen Anne Chunk. Now back to the main event. Right before the splat, Carl did get a good look at it as one of his neighbors was yelling at him to shut his cat up before he saw the entire building collapse in on her like someone stepped on a Coke can. Gross.
But then a voice in his mind explained to him and the rest of the surviving humans that the Borant Corporation is basically seizing Earth and taking all its minerals per some bullshit syndicate rule. Who and what? Per another rule, Earth species have one chance to save only one life. Competitors will compete in an 18-level world dungeon, and as they descend each level, fewer and fewer doors will open until only one door remains in level 18. Luckily, Carl is a nerd and has played Pathfinder and D&D. For those of you, we will explain those later. But holy fuck, he is in a real RPG role-playing game.
That's insane.
A door popped open, like the voice said, and Carl weighed his options. Hypothermia or the dungeon? Here we go.
Away we go. All right, let's get into the dungeon debrief.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Carl. So what we know about Carl, he shies away from confrontation. Obviously, there's things going on with his girlfriend, but he just ignores it all.
It sounds like he's just done and wasn't going to confront it or try to work on it. It was just, it's done in his mind. There's no need for confrontation, maybe.
Yeah.
All right, the second one is he loves Princess Donut.
Yes.
They have some kind of special connection, clearly, which I'm sure we'll get more into later.
Of course. It's probably that whole situation where at first he wasn't sure about the cat, and then because
I hate cats.
Because he was always home, most likely, like I said, playing video games and stuff, and then the cat probably got to know him. He got to know the cat, and he's like, oh, I do like this cat, but still kind of pretends. I have a feeling that there's something about him and emotions. It feels like he pushes people away. Like even the cat, like he keeps people like at an arm's length.
Yeah. Maybe some kind of loss trauma.
Yeah. Obviously,
right. That's tempo, Hattie.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So Donut jumps out of the window, which
was the first time.
Yeah. First time. So Carl went outside and then boom, this happened. So this is going to be a tinfoil hat later, but we are allowed to discuss it. Do we think she knew something woke her up, or she sensed something? What do you think?
I'm thinking yes, only because animals are super sensitive to changes in the energy. Yeah. So maybe there was some kind of energy change, or she wanted to check it out. I don't know. I assume that there was something to it that got her to go out.
Yeah. All right. So we are going to discuss a little bit of the dungeon rules. So for those that don't know what a dungeon is in D&D, so a dungeon is literally what it sounds like. It's a maze. You're trying to fight monsters, find treasure, find a way out. There's some endpoint, some reason for it.
It's like an escape room.
Exactly.
Just a bigger escape room.
Yeah, usually you go in for treasure or something for the dungeon. In this case, you're going in to save your own life. And it's for a game that's televised across the universe. And it sounds like this Borant... And so it sounds like the Syndicate is like the top, like almost Illuminati. And then you got the Borant, which sounds like it's multiple companies. So it would be like you would have your Illuminati. So this would be like Amazon. If Amazon decided to collect debt from somebody. So Amazon would be in control of the Earth with this world dungeon, basically. It would be televised on Amazon Prime.
And they charge you for it.
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah. I'll guarantee they're charging them people to watch this shit. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
This is going to be about capitalism. That's probably going to be the main point about this whole series is going to be anti-capitalist, the dangers of capitalism, especially late-stage capitalism, which we're in right now.
Yes.
So we are seeing
I expect a lot of that.
Yes. Yeah. All right. So you want to give us the quote of the chapter?
Yes. And let me tell you something about cat people, more specifically, cat show people. Actually, never mind. Fuck those guys.
Nice. Because there is a difference. We're cat people. Like our cats are a baby. I would say
those
babies.
Are my babies.
You know,
they're my babies.
Yeah, they're a baby. Well,
we baby them.
Yeah, we do.
Come on.
Okay. But we're not like obsessed to where like we have to groom them all the time. We're like, oh, let's put them in a show and make them perfect. And then, they're still cats.
Yeah, they're cats.
Let them be cats.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get money off of them yet.
All right. So I picked funniest moment.
Yes.
It's fucked up, but it's funny. All right. So watching his neighbor get smushed, and like I said, not funny, but funny, but I could not imagine what would be going on. What would be going on in your head if we went outside and we saw like everyone on neighbor get smushed? To be honest, in this area, I would be too upset.
I would pinch myself first to make sure that I wasn't sleeping.
I wouldn't be too upset considering where we live. I'd be like, it's not a bad thing. I'd be like, did these people get raptured finally? Was this their rapturing?
Were they right this time?
Yeah. What?
Nice.
Oh, man. Okay. And then quick character updates. We just picked like Princess Donut's going to be we're going to love her, of course.
Of course. I'm already excited, clearly, about that.
Yes. And then nerd explaining nerd things. Let's explain what an RPG is. So it is a role-playing game. We, right now, are role-playing. I would pretend to be Carl. She'd pretend to be Donut. And that is role-playing.
Princess Donut.
Oh, that's right. Princess Donut.
Thank you.
Sorry. Queen Anne Chunk. So the only difference is the G. So you have the RP, the role playing, You just add the G, you make it a game. Some have dice, some are literally just acting. Like, that's all role-playing is.
And the game could be any kind of objective, so we'll see what the objective is.
And it could be live or it can be video game, because you have MORPG, which is what WoW is a
massive multiplayer online.
So basically, it's just like a never-ending game that's mass-verse. You can play with players. So that's basically what that is. And Pathfinder and D&D are 2 tabletop games. So a tabletop game is what the big nerds doing with the graph paper and the rolling of the dice and all that.
And there's usually one person in charge who's directing everyone where they're going. It's lots of fun.
Yes. All right. Chapter 1's in the bag.
I love it.
How do you feel?
I feel really good about it.
All right. Are you ready to turn the page then?
How dare you steal my line? Yes, let's go.
Chapter 2. You can read. Whoopee! You can't deny the dungeoniness when there are real goblins trying to kill you.
Truth. All right, we're officially in the dungeon. Carl and Donut walk downstairs made out of what used to be earth, which is not subtle symbolism, by the way, and land on floor 1 with a cheerful little 5-day countdown until total collapse. Immediately, we confirm the UI isn't floating in front of Carl like some hologram. It's actually in his head. Subtitles, timer in his vision, pop-ups he can close with an imaginary X. And yes, Donut can see it too. So this isn't just stress-induced psychosis.
They head for the tutorial guild like responsible crawlers and immediately run into their first 3 goblins who are riding a murder dozer?
Of course.
Yep, murder dozer. Mid-fight, they find the guild, except the rat man Mordecai inside refuses to open it while they have aggro. Rules aren't rules.
Rules aren't rules.
Yeah. Carl is out there punching goblins, health bars flashing, trying not to become asphalt when Donut just slips inside through the crack in the door. She does not care about aggro. She doesn't care about rules. She doesn't care about Carl's stress levels. Carl barely makes it in before the dozer takes another run. Floor 1 has entered the chat.
I love Donut for that.
All right, let's talk our dungeon debrief. So first of all, they have 5 days to level 2.
Yep, 5 days.
Okay.
Their first notification, 5 days.
And
let's talk about making it to level 1 of the dungeon.
Yeah.
That is made up of parts of the destroyed world.
So they recycle.
You can't be mad at that, right?
Yeah, they crushed it. So maybe that's what the crushing was. They crushed it like a little, with the cars. The little car thing.
So what minerals are they mining?
Probably like water, like things like that. Because you got to think about what are the basic tenements for life, right? Water. You have to have some type of breathable thing. Now, granted, this is sci-fi, so these are aliens. They could breathe whatever. It depends on what the author says. But I'm just going off of basics. Like, it's just basic life-bringing things probably because they probably overpolluted their planet. That's what we're fighting wars for right now. This is literally on point of what wars are fought for. We are fighting wars for minerals and oil right now. So that's what they're doing. They are collecting.
But they made contact, right? And they waited 1,000 years. So what is it that they are mining that it needed 1,000 years to happen?
So this is 1,000 years from our perspective as humans. You got to think that the theory of relativity.
I'm not worried about that.
Yeah.
They said that they wait so that the resource are humans, the resource.
That very well could be too. It could be creatures, humans. Again,
maybe something with our energy or food, like us as food.
I don't know.
We are organic compounds.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that got deep.
That's a little bit tinfoil hat section. So
yeah. Sorry. Whoa.
No, you're good. You're good.
Whoa. All right. All right.
So there is a tutorial guild.
Yep.
And they made it. However, apparently the rule is when you're aggroed, and we will discuss aggro, when you're aggroed, you cannot go in, which makes sense because that happens like in a lot of video games. If you're aggroed, there's a lot of stuff you can't do.
Yeah.
You have to take care of
in World of Warcraft, I can't loot some things if I'm currently fighting. That's what aggro means, is you're currently in an active fight.
Yes. And tutorial guild is where you learn how to play the game, basically. You learn the rules of the game.
Basically, the first thing you ever do is, this is how you run. This is how you jump. This is how you open a menu. Tutorial guild.
Yeah. All right.
Let's talk about getting into their first fight.
Okay.
That's fun. Goblins. Unexpectedly. Yeah. Goblins. And 3 of them.
But now I look at goblins differently. Now that I've read 9 Goblins by T. Kingfisher. Now I understand why they're stupid and all their things explode. But in 9 Goblins, that's just part of their culture. And
part of their culture?
They just want to live and we're hurting them. So now I feel bad for the goblins. I'm like, aw.
And yeah.
Yeah. But, okay, so the other thing they can't do is they can't open their boxes outside of safe zones.
Yep.
So they have to be, so it sounds like Tutorial Guild is obviously a safe zone because mobs can't go in. So you can't open loot boxes in the middle of a dungeon. Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about real quick the HUD system, which is a heads-up display system.
Yes.
Thoughts on having one of those yourself?
Thoughts on having like a HUD and inventory system?
We've seen it in so many movies. Not even this. I don't even know if it needs to be like inventory. Just maybe the heads-up display. Like, just imagine your phone could give you, like, your vision gave you your phone.
Oh, that's eventually going to happen. That's real.
I know it's probably
real futuristic shit.
That's probably a contact lens that you can put in your eye.
Yeah, but this is like literally you can put your potions and all your shit in this like open actual inventory system, and then you can pull it out somehow.
I assume we'll find out in the tutorial guild. We just got here.
Yeah, but my thing is this. I'm just trying to think of physics. So if it's in your head and you have a healing potion and then you put the healing potion in your inventory that is in your head, what happens to the physical healing potion? Or does it actually go physically? Bingo. Broke your brain. Day 1, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. I've already broken her brain on chapter 2.
Wow.
That didn't take long.
Wow.
Okay, so on to the quote. Quote of the chapter.
Welcome, crawler. Welcome to the first floor.
It doesn't get any simpler than that.
Yep.
Because we're in the game now.
Yes, we are. Let's talk about the funniest moment.
Okay, yeah. Princess Donut just walking into tutorial guild. Our cats would do the same.
Yes.
Especially Merlin. Any crack, he would find that.
I'm sorry. Did you just open that door? Let me in.
Yeah.
Let me just scooch on past you here.
Nah. Typical. All right, now let's talk about the goblins.
Ooh, yes.
So we are going to move this to what we call the mob boss section eventually.
Okay.
We had a level 2 normal goblins. So they're small, green, smart, lack physical strength, make up 4 in spunk is what it says. And that sounds like the same goblins in the 9 goblins too.
I was wondering about that.
Yeah, and go with the other one.
All right, so let's talk about the third goblin that was there. That was the goblin engineer, level 3. They are the incels of the goblin world. Love that they threw that in there. And they will attack females in your party first. So I feel like that's going to come into play later for sure.
Yeah, so basically the goblin engineers are the far right manospheres people.
Yes.
Got it.
The incels. Yep.
Now, I will admit there are none of that in 9 goblins. These goblins are actually like minions. They're very sweet. So there's no incel goblins.
Okay.
Not that I'm not like
in
pushing that book on
Teaking Vision. I know.
Like, here, read this goddamn book.
I am. How far into it am I? Yeah. You've been trying to get me to read it too.
Yeah, but you don't like physical books.
I don't. And yeah, that's really the only reason I haven't read it.
Weird. It's like it's the smallest book. You would probably finish it.
I don't like the feel of paper.
Just read it on the way to get the kids. I guarantee you'll be done by the time we get to Barnes and Noble.
All right, I'll take it with me.
All right, moving on. So we do have another section called Favorite Achievement and Power Up. So my favorite one is the Trailblazing Crazy Cat Lady. You are the first crawler to have entered the world dungeon accompanied by a cat. You must really love that thing. Too bad you're both probably going to die a horrible death at any moment. Or maybe not. Look at the prize you just received. Reward. You've received a legendary pet box. That's one of the main reasons, because a legendary pet box. Anything legendary, you're going to get some solid shit out of that.
Solid loot. All right.
Solid.
That makes sense. I like that.
Yes. What's yours?
I felt like this one was apropos for it being a book podcast. I like that you've discovered and read an official dungeon sign. So you got the Whoopee you can read.
Love it.
I love that one.
Yeah, that's everyone's favorite one. All right, and then we forgot to put in Nerds Explaining Nerd Things. We do have mobs.
Yes,
Can you explain what a mob is?
Group of 2 or more.
Bad guys.
Bad guys,
yes.
Yeah. Group of 2 or more bad guys that you got to fight. A mob could be 2 or more good guys, too. A mob is usually 2 or more bad guys.
Yeah, in the gaming world, it's usually bad guys.
Yes,
yeah,
usually bad guys.
That is what a mob is. All right. And then the last thing they had was a murder dozer contraption. So typical goblin weird thing that sounds like it's going to blow up.
I feel like we're going to gloss over a lot of questions that people are going to have because we don't know that the answers are super nerdy.
Yeah.
So please feel free to reach out and go, hey, you skipped this. Please explain. Or then we can gauge where the audience is.
That's a good idea.
At any time, please.
Yeah. So any of our socials, but the easiest way would be to send us an email at bookfor2podcast.com. If there's something you need explained that's nerdy and you're like, hey, what the fuck is this? We got you. We got you covered, fam.
Yeah.
All right. So that takes care of chapter 2. Are you ready to turn the page?
I am. Let's go. Chapter 3, Defeating Goblins and Defiling Family Members. They finally made it into the tutorial guild, but they still have mobs to take care of outside.
Carl and Donut were safe inside the tutorial guild. For now, meet Mordecai. The easiest way to describe him is basically Master Splinter from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I like it.
As Carl was asking if they were safe, Donut was doing cat things like knocking over Morty's mom's ashes. Fucking cats.
I love it.
But yes, they were relatively safe inside. Goblins are unpredictable, though. But if you want to learn more about why they are, check out 9 Goblins by T. Kingfisher.
We swear this is not a paid advertisement? It could be, though. Yeah. T. Kingfisher, reach out.
Decided to be sure, and in pure goblin form, they got the murder dozer stuck. Carl decided to use this as an opportunity to attack so they don't bring more back.
And during his graceful crusade, one of the goblins tried to speak to him. Quote, "You're speaking Syndicate standard, you idiot slave. They programmed it into your brain. Do you really think you'll survive past?" And Carl knocks him out with his own pot hat.
Ooh,
interesting. Then Carl decided to do a WWE move, not realizing how much heavier and bigger he is than said goblin. He said it was like, and I quote, "someone smashing a jelly donut with a sledgehammer." Very graphic.
Oh, I feel bad for the goblin.
Carl made it back to the room before the murder dozer blew up on him. And while he was fighting goblins, Donut shit in Master Splinter's mom's ashes.
Oh, Donut.
And now a brief summary of what the hell is going on in this dungeon, brought to you by Morty, his new name. Morty is an NPC, a non-player character, for those who have yet to go full Super Saiyan nerd. If you make it to floor 10, you get an option to exit the dungeon.
The bird creatures in the photo is what he used to look like. He switches form every dungeon. He does tutorial guild for the first 3 floors and manages the magic guild in later levels. He's always turned into a creature from a mob on the current floor. So that tells us there's rat people on this floor.
Okay.
Each dungeon is unique to their world because authenticity is important to their viewers. Earth is the 7th or 8th seeded human world. But next chapter, Morty will break down the rules a lot more. So, dungeon debrief time.
All right, let's do it.
All right, so you can leave after level 10. You can still survive past level 10. You just don't win freedom, is what it sounds like.
The goblin said something about being a slave.
Yes, and that they speak Syndicate Standard, which actually helps us. So when they say, that they're speaking Syndicate Standard, we'll know. So that's English.
Okay.
But then he got smushed when he said you won't make it past. So make it past what floor? That's going to be conspiracy theory for our tinfoil hat section.
For sure.
Now, my guess is if you do leave before 18 and after 10, you'll most likely have to work for them.
Oh. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about changing forms for every dungeon. He changes forms. He was a bird.
Yep.
I wonder if he's sad about that.
Oh, I'm sure you are. As much as we say it'd be fun to be a different race because we never ever pick human when we're creating characters, I think that we would still miss it. It's your home. Plus, your families is still the same too.
Yeah.
So you get your family in there, and it would have to suck changing race every floor because you just get used to a race.
Yeah. So changing forms for every dungeon.
Yes. Would suck.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of that.
I'm not a fan of that either. All right, we're just going to touch on a few more rules real quick. There's a magic guild. So it sounds like after level 3 is when shit really pops off and you get all kinds of shit unlocked, which we are going to find out more next chapter.
Okay.
But it does sound like you're almost on your own past the tutorial guild, these first couple levels, figuring shit out. And if you make it, then you earn a chance to
move on to.
Yeah.
It sounds class specific, maybe. It's like a magic guild. Probably a ranger guild or something like that. Okay.
All right. And then we did touch on the syndicate language a little bit. So it's basically human. So syndicate language is basic language. So it sounds like English.
I'm wondering if it's not English and if it's like the babble fish in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Ooh, okay.
Where you put the babble fish in your ear and it translates everything. It essentially... the brainwaves hit and it makes it so that your brain hears the language you understand.
Well, it says right here that it's their 7th or 8th seeded human world. So I'm pretty sure they had got all this shit figured out, like how to talk to the species that they're fucking with and all that.
All right. And you just mentioned that the Earth is the 7th or 8th seeded, but each dungeon is unique to the world that they're taking over, crushing, demineralizing.
Yeah. Now, I don't want to get too deep into religion, but like, how would that fuck with you? Like, knowing this, do you think they plant religion along with it to keep humans in line? So maybe they start with the Adam and the Eve and they are God. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a movie with Nicolas Cage, I forget the name of it, where it's like that. He predicts the end of the world, and his son and this other little girl get picked up by the aliens. It get planted on another Earth-like world, so they're basically like Adam and Eve. Yeah, so...
What the hell movie was that?
I forget. It's a Nicolas Cage movie. Knowing. It's called Knowing.
How have I not heard of that?
It's during his really crazy times.
Oh.
But I thought it was pretty decent. Like, it was a cool concept.
Okay.
I think a lot of people didn't like it because of that. Because it's, you're saying that aliens are God, basically, and are planting humans to be Adam and Eve. And I'm like, when you think about it, you need a male and a female to populate the Earth. So, 7th or 8th. So, these Borant people are God, basically.
Do you know how I'm autistic?
Go for it.
Because I just was like a little seed that turned into a human.
Yeah.
Like, there was just this little seed that the aliens had, and they had had a specific little, like, I'm imagining like a tomato seed. Like, there's this little seed, and they plant it in the ground, and whoop, there's their first human.
Words matter. You're a big proponent for words matter. Seeded. When you seed something, you're planting something, right? You're planting to probably eat something, and you said, what are they harvesting? Maybe. I don't know. But they crush everybody. Everyone's out dead. They just eat like dead leftovers. I don't know.
I'm thinking it's the minerals of our bodies because we're composed of all kinds of minerals, right?
It's definitely life-giving minerals that they're stealing, but I just don't know which minerals.
Which ones? Which ones do you want?
Okay. All right, let's drop down the quote. All right. Quote, your creature crapped on my mother's ashes. This is so not worth it. Not worth it at all. Poor Mordecai.
Oh my gosh, cats. I love cats so much.
It looks like kitty litter.
After you knock it off the shelf, it surely does.
Yeah, and she's still a cat.
True. Through and through. Yeah. Still a cat.
All right, you want to give us our funniest moment?
Yes. Okay. Jumping onto the goblin from the top ropes as someone smashing a fat jelly donut with a sledgehammer. That is just graphic. Yes. And
thank you.
I can completely.
Thank you, Matt Dinniman, for that one. Matt. Appreciate that. Man, all right, you want to let us know who Mordecai is?
Mordecai, or Morty, as we're calling him. He's a rat hooligan level 50 NPC changeling. Okay. Changeling is the changing of his skin.
Yes.
Guildmaster of the Tutorial Guild Hall. Oh, and he made it to floor 11.
Ooh.
Okay.
All right. Now, we do not have a favorite achievement or power up because they were not able to open up boxes. And then... Now, they did kill the goblins.
Yep,
so
goblins are done.
And then nerds explain nerd things. I did forget to put a few things here. So NPC. What is an NPC?
Non-player combatant?
Yes, non-player combatant. So what that is usually, again, like your guides, the people who sell you things when you're in these games, people who you don't usually fight. Now, in D&D, you can do anything. If you really want to fight an NPC, you can. But... they're just there to help move the story along. That's all an NPC is there for. They help move the story along.
That's a perfect way to put it. There to move the story along.
Changeling, that is just someone who can change their form. So for those of you who are in the romantic...
Shapeshifter.
Yeah, Lysandra.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yes.
And Guildmaster, so basically he's in charge of a guild. So he's in charge of the tutorial guild. He's the master. That's all that means. All right.
All right. Are you ready to turn the page?
I am. Chapter 4, rules, and more rules. All right, Morty's going to break down everything we need to know about the dungeon. Welcome to the Tutorial Guild.
All right, Morty launches into the details of how the syndicate works. Seeding worlds with one of 6 basic starter species, humans being only one, they come back and harvest the worlds later. Apparently after seeding, species gets a couple thousand years before first contact, and a couple thousand more before their world gets raped for its minerals, which is pretty harsh.
Very harsh.
Carl and Donut are now on a famous TV show watched by quintillions. Yes. I said quintillions.
What the? Is that?
I don't know.
What is? How many zeros is that?
I have no idea.
Okay.
And it's citizens spread out in 13 billion galaxies.
With a B.
With a B.
With a B. Galaxies, not like not solar systems. Galaxies.
Galaxies. So wow, quintillions is a giant number.
Okay. All right. And then Morty shows Carl and Donut how to navigate their crawler's menus. Now, I'm not going to lie, it would be pretty badass to have an inner HUD like this with access to inventories and upgrades like in WoW. But only if we can get like better bags.
Bigger bags.
Huh?
Bigger bags and better bags.
Yes. And for those of you who don't play WoW, sorry, but that's a little inside joke.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this is pretty much a badass HUD, which we will go into more detail during the dungeon debrief. But like I said, me wants one without destruction of Earth, though.
Yeah, I agree.
But I could do without the most important screen that is in their HUD, and that is the ratings. I don't really want others watching me unless we are. Never mind. These ratings are important. It is a show after all. And no vanilla kills for anybody. They want spectacular shit. But at least they can piss and shit in peace. Bathrooms everywhere.
That would be the thing that would be focused on.
Right.
They also have accelerated healthcare, and Carl was cured of most of his normal ailments. Even the aliens who want to mine our planet offer free healthcare. America really does suck.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up. Like, they are raping our planet and they get free healthcare.
Like,
we can't even get that shit.
We're welcome, the aliens.
Yeah.
He looked at his list of skills, which are also scored like his stats. Again, see the dungeon debrief, where basically he is mid-level except for electrical repair.
Ooh.
There are guild halls, trainers for WoW people, to help boost skills in weapons and magic. Then a voice, not the game masters, boomed in. 13 million crawlers to start. They're down to 10 million already.
Holy shit.
Level 2 doesn't open for 30 hours.
Okay.
And that was basically it. Straight and to the point.
Nice.
The dungeon is planet-wide, but still contained until, you guessed it, 3rd floor. And then random themes starting on floor 4.
Ooh.
I want a Pokemon theme.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I'm excited about that.
All right. He also explained party members and how they share experience. He and Donut are grouped. And yes, we will get Donut stats soon. Now, different corporations like the Borant Corporation run each season of the game, and there are different games such as a Battle Royale for my Fortnite fans. Once Morty's tour is over, he becomes a full citizen, so this is contracted.
Okay.
And no one has ever made it to level 13. Morty bowed out at 11, but the furthest ever was 13, and all do become slaves of the syndicate.
No one's ever made it past 13?
No one's made it past 13.
Didn't they say it lasted like 5 minutes or something? Or less than?
I'm not sure.
It was some ridiculous number.
All right, so dungeon debrief time. We have a lot, so bear with us.
Yes.
It's going to be our longest chapter because there's a lot of information Morty throws at us, so we're going to try not to squirrel too much.
Yes.
All right, so we're going to start with the top one.
Borant is mining worlds, but that's not where the profit is. The profit is in the game.
Oh, that makes sense.
The game that they're making them play.
Okay.
Okay.
So they probably use the minerals for themselves, maybe, and then the game is how they make their money to profit and go to different worlds to make money, I'm guessing. I don't know. All right. And their first arrival was during the pyramids. So that plays along with the funny conspiracy theory that aliens, pyramids.
There are 13 billion star systems.
Yep,
That's insane.
That's extremely insane. All right. So we are going to talk the HUD because there's a lot of explanation about the HUD. We did tell you what a HUD was, a heads-up display. There are dots, which on your HUD that have different people. So green is you. White is your NPC or
player
combatant. Blue is an ally. Donut would be blue for Carl, Carl for Donut. And then red is your baddie, not in a sleep token way, or your mob, whatever you want to call that. Now, there are other dots, which we will find out later.
Okay.
Go up the stats.
Then we got stats. We got a strength of 6, an intellect of 3.
Okay, this is for Carl.
Constitution of 5.
Okay.
Dexterity of 5.
Okay.
And charisma of 4.
Okay.
And we'll explain what those mean later in Nerd Breakdown.
Yeah, because I'm sure those who never heard these before are like, what the fuck are you saying?
You can distribute 3 points every level.
Okay, so every time you level up, you get 3 points. You can distribute between these stats.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And you can't distribute until level 3 when you pick your class, and you can change your race. So for humans, the average is 3 to 5, so a 6 in strength is very good. But he's not happy about his intellect score.
Yeah, that's not,
pretty low.
Yeah, but he does have good constitution. He's got very good dexterity for a big guy. It was not bad for his mid. Yeah, okay. I'm not mad at Carl. He got some decent
and
stats.
he's going to have more stats that he can distribute later.
All right, so level 3 is obviously the most important level you got to make it to. So it says that it is still worldwide, the entire dungeon, until you get to level 3, and then it shrinks down. Okay, and then also that's not until you get your class and your race, and then so it's crazy. Now, As with most role-playing games, when it comes to your stats, there are potions, magic items, different kinds of things that can adjust your stats. So for instance, even though he has this intelligence of 3, which he's complaining about, if he found like a magic helm of wisdom or something like that, and it's like a +2 intelligence, his base stat would still be 3, but you would add the 2, so it boosted intelligence to a 5.
Yep, perfect. Perfect explanation. And then we want to talk about you can change races.
Okay.
Nobody wants to play humans. He even mentioned he's never played a human in any of his RPG games.
So that's a psychological thing.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
I tried looking it up once. I forget what it was, but a lot of us, especially when you're like neurodivergent, usually don't want to play human because we want to be something other. We want to try other things. And people that are more empathetic play other races because we want to see what those other races are about.
Interesting. Well, that's very interesting psychology.
Yeah. But I am kind of interested to see like how many races you can choose from when they get there.
Oh, yeah.
Is it only Earthbound races, or can you choose like other alien races? That'd be very interesting.
I'm very excited about that. All right. I do want to talk about one of the other stats.
Okay.
Everyone has wisdom, but it's hidden because it's no longer adjustable. And the reason it's not adjustable is because it changes people.
Yes.
Which that's diabolical.
No, but it makes sense because if you think of what wisdom actually is, wisdom is basically your morals and your values. So if you're a wise person who knows a lot about the world philosophically, if you go even higher and higher, you're going to become smarter and smarter, but you're going to view the world and things a different way. So it will change your personality.
I don't think yes, that, and you become just more wise to the world and what's going on, and they don't want you to. They want you just to be
suppressed.
Yes.
Yes.
Probably why psychedelics are outlawed in however many countries.
They don't want your eyes open. So if you keep wisdom capped, they can't figure out what the syndicate's doing. Good call. Good call, babe.
Dismantle the Department of Education. Keep them stupid.
We are going to add that to our tinfoil hat for sure.
Yes.
Okay, so one of the most important screen in your HUD is the rating screen is the most important. Now, level 1 is off limits to viewers except for highlights. So there will be highlights that will be shown to all the viewers, but the viewers cannot watch the crawlers directly yet. Now, getting shown on these is basically like hitting the lottery, even better, actually. The ratings are a mix of social media, Hunger Games, so you have like patrons and followers and things like that. And there's like a system that you want to get. So you have 4 categories, and each leads to one. So the biggest thing that you want to get to are patrons because they send you shit.
Views leads to followers. Followers leads to favorites.
Yep.
Limited number of favorites, but it means that you're doing really well.
Yes.
And then favorites leads to the patrons, which is basically sponsors.
Yes.
Love it.
So basically, if you think about that in social media world, so followers, you're being bookmarked by somebody. Favorited, they want to watch you on your lives. They want updates on when you're going live. And patrons, sponsors, people that are paying you money to.
Yeah, they subscribe to your channel.
Exactly. Yep.
I love that. All right, it's good.
Uh-huh.
And then the sponsors, they buy different boxes. So there's higher than bronze, which is good. There's a benefactor box, which is the best, right?
Yes, it's better than the adventure
box. Oh, it's better
box.
than an adventure box despite the color.
Despite the color, yeah. So basically, a bronze benefactor box is better than the highest, legendary adventure box.
Okay, that makes sense. So,
all right. So the Borant people get money from the syndicate. So they are the syndicate. Again, we figure controls everything. They get money directly, to Borant. So Borant still answers to someone higher. Okay.
All right. Well, at least the dungeon has better healthcare.
That is very true. That is very true. Way better healthcare than we do. You take an entire planet and you still offer free healthcare, and a lot of bathrooms too.
Yeah.
There's a crazy amount of bathrooms. I don't know if
like every 10 feet or something.
I don't know why we didn't talk about that, but so many bathrooms because apparently during one dungeon, they were shitting and pissing all over the dungeons because there was no bathrooms.
There were no bathrooms.
And they said it was. So now they overcompensated with bathrooms.
Everywhere. I love it. Let's talk about other typical healing RPG things, though, in case people don't know that.
Yeah.
Once you're out of combat, you naturally start to regenerate your health.
Yeah. Regeneration.
There is healing potions. There's all kinds of stuff to expedite that back to your max health level.
Healing magic.
Yeah.
Good call. So, funny thing is, electrical repair is his best skill. That's most likely going to come in handy later, obviously.
All right. Healing spell, but magic looks complicated.
Okay, so he has a healing spell, but magic's complicated.
There's hot list screen, so you can do the key bindings, which means you don't have to actually like essentially open up your bag, find it, pull it out, and do it. It's just a quick button, and the action is taken.
Because I've been a console player for so many years, that's one thing I suck at are like hotkeys and especially macros. Because I know a lot of people like have so many macros and they're so good because they've been fucking playing WoW for 20 years. I'm like, that's too many buttons for me. Like the whole control this, control that. And I'm like, that's just too much for me to try to remember all that. So I just click, 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 click. I'm the click guy.
You are the click guy. That's okay.
All right. So they got 5 days to get down to level 2, and the pass to level 2 open in 30 hours.
So you can't even go to level 2 for 30 hours.
Yeah. So you just got to hang around, figure shit out for about, you got 30 hours to figure shit out. So basically.
So less than 4 days.
Yeah. But more days do get added. So you get more time as you go down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. To figure shit out. Well, it's harder. So
yeah, it's harder. There's going to be less doors. So you're going to need more time to find them.
Yeah.
Right?
But it usually is about 5 days. That's the norm, what it says. Okay.
You must be an intellect of 2 and a certain weight to be a crawler, or else you're a designated pet.
And that explains why Donut is not a pet, because she has intelligence of 2 and she's a chunk.
That just occurred just now. That was why. I was like, wait, and a certain weight?
Certain weight.
Oh my God.
Because she's Queen Anne chunk, baby.
Oh my God. That's so good.
What sucks is our cats are intelligent, but they would never make it because of the weight class.
Gandy
is
heavy.
Yeah, but he's just bone, though. That's just solid bone and muscle.
Yeah.
That cat is crazy. So different corporations run each season, and there's different games. So it's not just a dungeon. You can do a battle royale like in
Fortnite.
Yeah, there you go. You can do a battle royale like in Fortnite, where basically it's everyone. It's like a giant Hunger Games where it's you versus 100 people, and you just try to murder
everyone for
everybody.
themselves.
Yeah, everyone's just murdering everyone until there can be. That's a true. There can be only one, because you got one level and that's it.
Oh, okay.
So that's for people that just probably want to get this shit over quickly.
Okay.
All right, and then go ahead to the last one, or go ahead to the next one.
Mordecai's last season to become a citizen. What is that last season to become a citizen?
Oh, this is Mordecai's last season to become a citizen.
Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder how many seasons he's had to do.
Yeah.
For later.
But he does become a citizen, so there's a pathway to becoming a citizen. And a citizen.
But what does it mean when you become a citizen?
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
All right, and then last but not least, the 13th floor is the furthest everyone's gone. So there's probably a reason for that. It's probably rigged.
It's got to be.
It's easily, yeah. You're telling me all these years no one's made it that far?
It sounds like this is only... So if this is the 7th or 8th seeded human world, maybe they're still trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Because they didn't figure out the bathroom situation until recently. So maybe they're still working on, oh, whoops, we made it too difficult. And on level 13, we shouldn't have made this. This is a level 18 item.
I wonder if you can do contract negotiations. Like whenever you're trying to go out of a floor, you make a contract negotiations, like how many years you serve to become a citizen, what your job is going to be, blah, blah, blah.
Okay, maybe that's why.
Yeah. Okay, let's go with the quote.
Intelligence told you that bike belonged to a police officer. Wisdom told you not to pee on it.
I fucking love that explanation. So for our nerd section, that is probably one of the best ways to explain intelligence and wisdom. The difference.
Yep.
I love it. All right, funniest moment is we talked about earlier. The reason why they added all the bathrooms because the crawlers pissing shit everywhere because they didn't give them bathrooms. All right, give us our favorite achievement power up.
High strength and low intelligence. He would essentially be a barbarian in D&D.
Yeah, D&D. Yeah, he'd be a solid barbarian because he's got that punch and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to be super smart. You just got to hit things.
All right, nerds explaining nerd things. Here we go. We're going to start with
heads-up display, HUD.
So heads-up display is what in cars now. Basically, it's a heads-up display. Like you could think about,
it's a computer monitor.
Yeah, basically you can see what's in front of you, but also see like the numbers and stuff like that. Pilots have it on their HUD,
but you can see through it so that you still see the world beyond it, so it's not completely blocked out for the most part.
Oh, the best way to explain it for people would be Top Gun, where they have the target and they're trying to match up with the other airplane. That is the heads-up display. That target is what they're watching on their heads-up display, trying to match it up with the airplane that they are literally watching out their window.
Okay, that's a perfect way.
Yep. All right. So real quick, we're just gonna go through. We'll just go one after the other. So strength is, what strength is. So that's how strong your character is.
Strong. Intelligence is how smart you are.
Your IQ.
IQ.
Wisdom is philosophical, how wise you are.
How well you use that intelligence.
Yes, how you use. Good call. All right.
Constitution. I have no idea what that is. What is constitution?
Oh, constitution is like how well you can breathe underwater, things like that. It's usually for like health points and stuff like that. It's usually not that big in most games. It's usually for here's some extra health points. You're high in constitution. Look at you. It's for the big people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, to get like higher hit points and shit.
All right, good. Glad I had that one.
Yeah. All right, charisma. That's like how well you are with talking to people. Are you an extrovert or an introvert? The higher your score is, the more extroverted you are. The lower your score is in charisma, the more introverted you are.
That's a good way to describe it. I could still be pretty charismatic if I wanted to be, even though I'm an extreme introvert.
Yeah.
Let's go with dexterity is the final one, and that's how nimbly bimbly you can be.
Yeah, how fast you are. Usually if you want to be a thief, you want high dexterity.
Rogue is probably going to want high dexterity.
Yeah, a barbarian or a paladin's going to have low dexterity because they have a shit ton of armor.
Yep, big armor on.
Mm-hmm. All right, so magic items and potions, we're going to explain how they work. So basically, you have a potion of healing. You have low hit points. Let's say you need 20 hit points and the potion says 10 hit points. You drink it and you get 10 more hit points, basically. It's
essentially a way to give yourself hit points a lot faster than having to wait for your hit points to naturally regenerate.
Yeah.
Over time.
But there's a lot of potions for different things. You have poison potions, you have antidotes. It's basically...
There's potions for a lot of things, especially in WoW.
And potions usually don't last forever unless it's like a stat potion that like adds to your stats. But usually like
even then
burn off.
Those are usually any consumables. Those are consumables. Yeah. So anything that's an enchantment will stay.
Yes.
On your stat item.
And a magic item is very simple. It's just any item that does anything other than what it's supposed to. So this book talked, this would be a magical book. If this skull hopped around, it'd be a magical skull. But they just sit here, so they're doing exactly what they're supposed to do. Yep. And some of them can add, like you could have like fireproof or something like that. Man, there's so many options. But the items usually tell you what they can do. And same with the potions. All right. And what are skills?
Skills are what you can do.
Yes, everyone, just like in real life, have certain skills. You have woodworking skill.
Personal training skills.
Drumming skill.
Mechanic skills.
Yes.
Everything is a skill.
Yes.
Tying your shoes.
And some have better skills. For instance, LeBron James would be a level 50 basketball player where I would be like a level 10.
And I would be a 2.
There you go. Simple as that.
Because I can dribble. That's about it.
All right. Mana points. So mana points are the same thing as hit points. Your hit points are your life. So as you get beat up, your hit points go down. Mana points are your magic points. So as you use magic, your points go down because that's the easiest way to exchange energy in games is you just use magic points instead of making the system complicated.
Yeah, I like it.
All right.
And then we already talked about Battle Royale.
Yeah, that's where everyone just think Hunger Games.
All for one.
Hunger Games is a battle royale.
There could be only one. Think Highlander.
There you go. Yeah, Highlander as well.
Could be only one.
All right. Are you ready to turn the page?
Yeah, let's go. Kitty Goes Splat. Chapter 5. Chilling in the guild hall with Mordecai. Let's get the lowdown.
All right. Mordecai activates and explains the in and outs of the inventory system, the unlimited storage being the best news for any RPG player, in my opinion. Unlimited storage, yeah. Finally, it was time to go into notifications and loot boxes. Notification after notification, most rewarding some kind of box with potentially helpful items inside. Fingers crossed for Pantho. Obviously not. Carl gained a skill in pugilism and leveled up. Not bad for the first couple of minutes in your dungeon you didn't sign up for. Mordecai gives him a lowdown about safe areas, guild halls, and opening loot boxes. You can only open them in safe areas. It's all or nothing opening them, and there's no reason to hoard them. But most importantly, always read the descriptions before using or putting anything on. Safe areas always appear on the map, even in areas they haven't visited. And there isn't a time limit for staying in one. That's important. But don't forget, the world will collapse eventually, which is in 5 days.
I feel like that's also important.
Yeah.
All right, so they start cracking open the loot boxes. Least cool first. Lots of pet biscuits, several potions, a couple dinky-looking weapons, a cool new tattooer brand that he did not ask for, and some bling in the form of a snazzy little toe ring.
Ooh.
Most epically, though, is the enhanced pet biscuit. There are over 100 different possible effects. What could possibly go wrong? This is 1000% you with the magic beans. Yes, in the D&D group.
So magic beans, there's a thing called magic beans in D&D that Matt gave us. He's our dungeon master. And the magic beans are so goddamn random. And so I would just throw them out. And I think one time I threw one out and it ended up being a bronze dragon. And luckily he was like a chill dragon. And then I had to roll with my wisdom to talk this dragon into killing these mobs for us, like these dangerous mobs. And then I had to roll like super fucking high, which I got. And then he killed these mobs for us. And it was like, and then like our DMs didn't see that coming today.
He's like,
I'm not prepared for this dragon.
I did not plan for this.
Magic beans. If you play D&D, get some magic beans ASAP. Yes. Worth it.
And use them. And use them because it's fun. Fun chaos. So Carl hemmed and hawed about whether to give it to Donut. She's a meerkat, but it's his bestie. He could sell it for some pants. But Donut decided for him and gobbled it right up.
Nice.
And immediately went splat into a pile of hairy goo.
Oh.
Waiting. Mordecai pokes the hairy blob, formerly known as Donut, and casually just comments, it just looks like a transformation. Maybe give it 5-10 minutes. We'll see what she becomes. No big deal.
I hope it doesn't hurt, though. You think it hurts?
I don't think so.
All right. Dungeon debrief time.
All right.
So we learn more about the inventory system. Unlimited.
Love.
How would you like that as a WoW player?
I love that. That would be amazing.
I don't know if I like it, though. I don't like carrying a lot of shit. I feel like I'm a hoarder.
So, I'll be honest. When I played Skyrim,
I don't even put shit in the bank.
I think it was when I played Skyrim, I got the cheat code to have unlimited bag storage. Otherwise, I had to go to my house like every 2 minutes because I literally pick up.
That's more realistic.
I literally pick up everything.
It's so funny that like they're like, you want it more realistic? Here, you have to run errands, go to your house and drop money off. It's like, oh, man.
Yeah.
I have to do this in real life.
I did. Yeah.
Just give me unlimited bags.
I had to go.
Fuck this shit.
So I was like, what's that cheat code again?
Nice.
Okay. All right. We also learned about safe zones.
Mm-hmm.
That's just where you can open up your inventory. You're clearly safe. You can stay there as long as you like. Yeah. However, the world will collapse on you.
World will collapse.
So you can't stay there forever.
Okay. Nice. We learn more about some loot boxes. So you don't have to take everything. And it's very important to read the description of every item. And it's the same way in any fucking game, especially D&D and any tabletop game, because some of them fuckers are cursed. I think the one that I have in our D&D game, like any type of like projectile, I automatically take. But there's a trade-off. I get +3 to my wisdom or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to read. There might be some good shit, but there might be some fallbacks to it.
Yeah, so I feel like that's definitely going to come into play. Yeah. All right, let's talk about the pet biscuits. So with the regular pet biscuits, it'll feed your pet, I think, for a day.
Yeah.
And then the enhanced pet biscuits has
so
100 magic beans.
That's what they got from that legendary pet box that I liked.
Yes, that's right.
For bringing the thing, yeah.
For bringing the first cat.
So she's a fucking blob, which obviously we'll find out what happens. So I'm just worried if it hurts.
I'm sure she'll tell us if she can.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about this quote here. You want to do that? You want to do that?
All right, got it. All right, feed your pet at your own risk. What's the worst that could happen? That's from the pet biscuit, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's from the pet biscuit.
Yeah.
That's ominous in and of itself right there. What's the worst that could happen?
What is the worst that could happen?
Mordecai said that if it was a bad outcome, that she would have been transported outside of the safe zone. So clearly it's not bad.
Not only that, but usually if you get something from a legendary box, it's usually something legit anyway. You're not going to get bad items from a legendary box. In most games that I played. If it's like top tier box, you're not getting shit items.
That's true. What would be the point of getting a legendary box?
If it was like a bronze, I could see it being maybe her turning into something stupid. But I think she'll be fine.
I don't know that the enhanced pet biscuits have levels to them. I think you could get one in a bronze adventurer box, just randomly. I don't.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know how the system works yet.
I don't.
Okay. All right. What is the funniest moment?
A donut going splat.
Splat.
Clearly. Yeah. She took the decision away from him. That's my pet biscuit. And then promptly just went pile of goo, hairy pile of goo at that. And Mordecai's just over there bumping her with his foot. That's hilarious.
All right. So give us our favorite achievement.
Speaking of foot bumping, podophilia, a foot fetish. Keep doing it, you'll be rewarded. The reward in that loot box was the enchanted toe ring of the splatter skunk. So
there's
someone,
the AI has a foot fetish, huh?
Someone has a foot fetish.
All right.
Someone does.
That's hilarious. All right. So I don't think we learned anything new for nerd, except for maybe pugilism.
Yeah, pugilism.
Pugilism.
Is that just punching?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
That's just a fancy word for that. That's all that is.
Fancy word for punching.
So for nerds playing nerd things, there you go. Just a fancy word for punching. Yeah. Now, if there's anything else from this chapter that you want, again, email us at bookfor2podcast@gmail.com.
Loot boxes are like presents with fun stuff in them, in case you didn't catch that.
Yeah, that's what loot boxes are.
I think there's... I think we're good. I hope.
All right.
All right. You ready to turn the page?
Let's do it. Chapter 6. Holy shit. This cat can talk.
With nothing else to do but wait for Donut to unblob herself, Carl decided to check out his new lackluster weapons, stylish dungeon gear, and new tattoo and brand.
Nice.
The weapons look like they're going to break first use, and the tattoo was an unasked for body mod. The clothes, though, the enchanted night gaunt cloak of stoutness, and the enchanted troll skin shirt of pummeling. All right. Even Mordecai was impressed with these, even if the cloak made him look like a dollar store Batman.
I mean, yeah, I get it. Looking in the frame there. Yeah, I do look like dollar store Batman.
Oh my gosh. Well, he put the shirt and cloak on and snagged some new achievements and finally put on his new toe ring.
Oh, shit. So do I got to wear a toe ring for the cosplay?
Oh, yes.
All right, we'll find a nice little toe ring for me. All right, with all his new gear and plus stats, it was looking like he'd be best off just using his body parts as weapons. Maybe consider a monk class when he gets to choose.
Oh, good choice.
We know how much Kate loves her monk class when we play D&D.
I'm going to stab him.
Yeah, I'm going to stabby stab.
I'm just going to stabby stab.
Almost as strong as any human has ever lived, Carl fiddled with his menus, seeing what skills he had. Then when all of a sudden, a posh female voice rings out, giving him shit about still not wearing pants. Then Carl whipped around to find the source, only to find a newly reconstituted donut. Nice.
Let's do the dungeon debrief.
All right. So he has a goblin pass tattoo. Okay. Basically, he can be friends with goblins now, is what I'm getting from that.
Friends with goblins, but he also will cause natural goblin enemies such as fairy class creatures to deal 20% more damage. So there's plus and minus to that.
And that's what we talked last chapter, the plus and minus of special items.
So now because he killed them, he gets free passage in their territory. That seems ill-advised for the goblins.
Yeah, but that's what happened. But I think that's the joke about this. Yes, you just murder these goblins, but now you have a free pass into their society and your friends, because that's what happens in these games. It happens in WoW. Get these goblin passes, and then the next time that you're going into Goblin Town, I think that's also in Baldur's Gate 3. Like, you free this like goblin, you know, she's talking mad shit to you and being a bitch, and then since you freed me, or you could just kill her and take like the goblin passes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think he's joking on it a little bit.
I like that. All
right. You also got the Night Gaunt Cloak of Stoutness, which is what I'm wearing currently. It does give +4 to his constitution, and he becomes resistant to poison. That is a very good thing to have. And ice-based attacks.
Okay.
So Dorian couldn't hem him up then.
Okay.
Adds anti-piercing resistance to all warrant. So this cloak, even though it looks like a fucking cheap it's bad fucking ass. As nerds, this is sick.
Anti-piercing resistance. So maybe a little anti-manon. I'm pretty sure that hers would still go.
The best thing is the resistant to poison and ice-based attacks. Yes. That's huge. All right.
Resistant. What does resistant mean?
Resistant means that he cannot be poisoned and ice attacks will not work on him. Resistant means none of them will work. Okay. Versus, I think the other one is, that's what I'm looking for.
I don't know. That's why I was asking.
Yeah, well, there's another word. So you have resistance, like you resist all the damage. You have the one where it's like you take 50% of the damage. You know what I'm talking about?
I do, and I can't think of the word.
And we're supposed to be nerds.
Oh, I just unnerded. I'll give my card back.
All right.
Anyways. All right, the enchanted troll skin shirt of pummeling gave +7 regeneration skill. That is phenomenal.
That means he's going to get health faster.
He's going to, all of those health points that he lost is just going to really quickly. So all melee-based damage debuffs such as stun, knockback, disarm, and out of breath are negated.
Nice.
And it is one of the best under armor garments for tanking.
Ooh, so I wonder if they're going to have to like team up and do kind of like in WoW where you have the 1 tank, the 2 DPS, which DPS are your attackers, and then 2 healers. That'd be cool. Like whenever you become a class in level 3, maybe that will happen.
We only have 1 healer and 3 DPS.
Oh, I'm thinking of Overwatch. So we do an Overwatch.
I was like, excuse me. We don't need 2 healers. We need 3 people doing damage for some reason.
So basically, he's got a lot of good resistance and debuffs.
He's essentially a tank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all melee-based damage debuffs. Nice.
Okay.
All right, and then last but not least, our toe ring, the enchanted toe ring of the Splatter Skunk, and it does give him +3 strength and +3 powerful strike.
And powerful strike was very important.
Yes, it is. So he actually got some pretty fucking good items. All right, quote.
You're a wizard, Crawler. Absolute best. Absolute best of the chapter. Yeah. I laugh every time I hear that chapter.
That was from one of the rewards. Was that from the cloak?
I think that was for putting on the magical item.
That's right. Yeah.
For putting on the magical item. That was achievement. You're a wizard, Crawler.
All right. Funniest moment is Carl's description of the voice of Donut when she unblobbed.
A very sophisticated, elegant, posh British woman of some sort.
So we were just talking about this today because you saw a TikTok that Seth MacFarlane bought the rights to Dungeon Crawler Carl. And we joked about and said, what if Seth MacFarlane did the voice for Princess Donut? It would basically be a female Stewie. So he would just add like a more female version of Stewie to it.
I would be so freaking excited. I can't even tell you.
Yep. All right. So favorite achievement power-up is Powerful Strike. Each level multiplies your damage when you're not wielding a weapon. So
since his weapons are shit anyways, they were going to break probably first use. And he's already got the pugilism skill, which is punching. He's essentially a weapon.
But this gets interesting though, because being a gamer, being a nerd, you have to weigh your options here. You have to be like, okay, am I gonna be a close combat melee character, or do I want weapons? Because this basically tells me you're gonna have to go straight melee now, because if you have a weapon, then your powerful strike doesn't really do shit. But if you don't have a weapon, it multiplies.
Everything about him has him leaning towards tank.
So he's gonna be a up in your face tank. So basically a monk tank.
Let's talk about tank since we're on to nerds talking about nerd things.
Talking about nerd things.
What is a tank?
So a tank is basically a shield. So you want to think about someone who's big, giant, heavily armored would be your tank. So he's taking damage while your DPS is like taking all the mobs out. So he is there to take damage on purpose. He is trying to bring all the mobs to him.
Yeah, he's trying to hold the aggro.
Yes, that way your healers and DPS don't take any damage. Your healers are trying to heal him as much as possible. So you usually have one healer on the tank, one healer on your DPS, going back and forth. And then your tank is supposed to bring everyone together while your DPS kicks them off. Your DPS is what damage?
Per second.
Or just your fighters, basically. Anyone who's going to cause damage.
Yep.
And then a healer is your healer.
Right. So, do we have any other nerd things we need to explain from this one?
No.
Regeneration we talked about, stun, knockback, disarm. Those are all kind of self-explanatory.
Yep.
All right.
So real quick, I would want to go back to the powerful strike. So with him possibly picking a class, do you think he's going to go tank? You said he's going to go tank melee, you think?
I think so, yeah.
Just up in your face. So I do kind of like that, though, where you can, again, level. It's strategy. It's still strategy. You have to level up based on your class, based on your race, like what's going to benefit you. And there's like that in WoW too. Okay, if I want to be a rogue, which class is going to benefit me more for a rogue? There's some classes like you don't want some big ogre, you want someone nimbly bimbly.
Yeah. Luckily, WoW makes it so that you can still play that class.
Yeah.
But it does make it to where your stats are just a little bit less.
It gives you like a
bigger.
couple +1s here and there, which is nice.
Ones, yeah.
Sometimes they come in handy. Oh, so you ready to turn the page?
I am. Let's go. Chapter 7. Meet the Grand Champion Best in Dungeon.
Donut, GC, which I'm guessing is Grand Champion. BWR, have no idea what that is. NW, still no clue. Princess Donut, the Queen Anne Chonk, was very much still a cat, but now a talking cat. And she was now a little OP, or overpowered for our non-gamers, in a few areas. However, thanks to the buff, she also gets 4 stat points per level instead of 3, and she also gets to use them now before level 3. And, get this, her charisma is a 25. For reference, Carl's is a 4.
Whoa.
She's going to come in handy when it comes to mobs and NPCs, because that's who you want, is the high charisma talking to these people. And thanks to the buff, she went from pet to crawler. And then we find out that Carl is actually her manservant in her eyes. And I think we are all servant to cats.
Oh,
I know we are.
For sure.
And shocking, she received a legendary quadruped box fit with Tome of Magic Missile. And any real nerd knows this spell. I cast Magic Missile.
I cast Magic Missile.
Yeah, you love casting Magic Missile. Your character had that. Oh, and she also has the enchanted crown of the sepsis whore.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. And yes, that description is what you think it would be. And of course, the cat has learned to equip both already due to the fact that the menus are a little different for four-legged creatures, and she also has a very high intelligence.
This is going to be a problem already.
Oh, God, yeah.
After reading what wearing the crown would mean for Donut, Carl did question why she would put it on. Because it's purple, Carl. And my favorite color is purple.
You can't argue with that logic.
Come on, manservant. Yeah. Get with the program. Now, some items are fleeting, like the crown, which means that if she takes it off, poof, it's gone and pops up somewhere else in the dungeon.
Oh, okay.
And due to all of this, Princess Donut is now in charge of the party and rightly named it the Royal Court of Princess Donut.
Of course.
She changed her title to Grand Champion Best in Dungeon and changed Carl's title to Royal Bodyguard.
Okay.
Morty basically told Carl to just roll with it at this point. She's more powerful. She has the crown. Stick with her.
Facts.
And with that, we end out the week with Donut, ready to move on and out the door to level 18 with Carl, her royal bodyguard, to assist her along her path.
Oh, yeah. She acts exactly how the fuck we think a cat would act if they were talking, especially with super high intelligence now and charisma.
Oh, my gosh. That charisma?
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
All right. Dungeon debrief time. Mm-hmm. So Donut got a serious upgrade, but her constitution is stuck at a 2. So that means she's not going to get a lot of hit points. So that's the trade-off.
Okay.
So she'll be low life. So she'll be, what do you guys call it? Like priests and stuff, because they're so easy to get killed.
Oh, my God.
Squishy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
squishy.
she's going to be very squishy. So they call that squishy. So that'll be in the nerd thing. We'll see what squishy means.
This is super squishy.
And her dex is stuck at an 8, which is weird for a cat. It's very low for a cat.
I thought all cats were at an 8. That's pretty good dexterity, isn't it?
Yeah,
but it started at an 8.
But it can't go up. You would think for a cat, that would be something that you would want. But she does get more buffs, like we said, with magic items and potions, so she can add to her constitution and her dexterity.
We also learned that items received may work for your race, but not always for the class that you've chosen.
Oh, well, yeah, that's like wearing armor. Like if I'm a paladin, I wear plate armor, so cloth armor is not going to do shit for me.
No, because you need plate, which is protective. Cloth armor is what the priest wears, who's squishy.
Yeah, and because they got to move around and cast their spells and shit. Exactly. But they might work for race. Items received work for race, so they always work for race.
That's what
if it's a race-based one. Okay.
Yeah, but not always for class.
All right. Last but not least, Donut is now in charge and very powerful. And don't fuck with her items, apparently.
Yeah.
But the cool thing is she learned. So remember when Carl said that it was very complicated how to learn the magic and stuff? And it was like, she learned magic missile. And he's like, what the fuck?
That's just learning a spell, right?
No, but he said it's complicated. That was a joke of it because she learned it so fast because he's still trying to figure out, like, it took him a long time to figure out the healing spell. And then all of a sudden she learns that she got those things in a loot box and learned an entire tome. Because remember, a tome is different than a scroll.
Yeah.
Which we'll get into the nerd thing. Did I put that in there? I just want to go through her stats real quick. Down
Okay.
at the bottom. All right. Strength 11, higher than Carl. Intelligence 11, way higher than Carl. But as we mentioned, Constitution 2. Dexterity 8, still good. But Charisma 25.
She can charm the pants off of anyone.
The good thing
Maybe that's
is,
how Carl gets paid.
So your character is a sorcerer, and she's charisma based. Oh, she's already learned magic missile. She's got +5 intelligence from the sepsis whore crown, and she also got +5 for good first impression skill, which will help with charisma. So I'm gonna guess she's gonna go some type of warlock, maybe. Whenever she chooses class.
Okay, that makes sense.
I was trying to, based off her stats, I'm just trying to think what she would go with.
Warlock,
With the high charisma, I don't know, because she can fight too with her strength. But that magic missile, I don't know. I think she'll go like a magic based class. That's my guess.
I feel like it's going to be magic based. I feel like that would be how, yeah.
Yeah, but I do love how she changed the party name. Yeah.
She's the best.
She's the Grand Champion Best in Dungeon, and he is the Royal Bodyguard, which I do
I mean,
have
that's
on
an
the
upgrade
character
from
sheets.
Manservant.
Yeah. I do have that in the character sheets, by the way.
Royal Bodyguard?
Because my thing is, if you can actually put that into the HUD system, then you should be able to put that onto our character sheet.
Yeah, I love it.
So that's what I'm trying to do with it, is like match the HUD
match
system
it up.
with yeah. It's not going to be as detailed as the HUD system because there's so much in this HUD system, but it'll just be like for people who just want to keep track and have fun and are autistic like us. That's what I made it for.
Keep track with us.
Yeah. All right, so let's move on to the quote. Go ahead.
He's a little slow. Intelligence of only 3. Sad, really. But he's been in the family for a while now, and I just can't see myself letting him go.
That's exactly how I feel every cat would say about their owner.
Yeah. We are their manservants. Yeah.
But I do
think
that as a cat's way of showing love, what she said. I can't see myself letting him go.
Yes. That's her saying, I love him, but I'm not going to say it outright.
All right, funniest moment was, of course, Donut putting on the crown because it's purple and purple is her color, even though we went through 2 chapters where they said, read before you wear.
Yeah. Don't put anything on unless you've read exactly what it does.
There you go.
But maybe she did.
We just need a sign. Big old sign says, read before you wear. That simple.
Maybe she read it. So let's talk about what it is.
Yeah. So it is the enchanted crown of the sepsis whore. And when we first heard that and read that, I was like, that's what? Explain it to us.
So the enchanted crown of the sepsis whore, when she attacks them, it potentially hits them with a poison debuff.
Yeah.
Sepsis debuff.
But the biggest thing is she is now part of the royal bloodline of the Blood Sultanate on the 9th floor, and she must slay all the other family members or take off the crown, which
but she still has to be part of the slaughter.
Even with the crown off?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, until someone else puts it on. Oh, that's right.
No, not even until someone else puts it on. Anyone who has put that on is part of it.
That's even worse.
Yes. So you don't get out of it by taking it off or losing it.
Yeah. Obviously, that's going to be later on.
Oh,
that's going to come up play.
On the 9th floor.
All right. Time for Nerds Explaining Nerd Things. We got one thing. We're just going to explain the difference between a tome and a scroll.
Yes. A scroll is going to be a temporary item. And such as learning or doing a health.
Like it could be anything. There's magic missile scroll. It's any spell that you can only use one time.
Yes. And then a tome teaches you that spell.
You learn forever.
So that's how she learned magic missile. So if she had a spell or a scroll, it would have just been, you can do this 3 times and then you can no longer do magic missile. But as a tome, now she knows magic missile and depending on her mana points can cast it.
Yes. So that's very important because anybody can use a scroll, but not everybody can read a tome in certain games when it comes to magic. All right.
Are you ready to turn the page? Are you ready to call it quits? Are you ready to talk tinfoil hats?
Yeah, it is tinfoil hat theory time, everybody. We are done with this week's chapters. Next week is 8 through 17?
17, yeah.
It sounds like a lot, but a lot of those chapters are very short. It's the same amount of pages as this week.
We promise. Don't be too scared.
Yeah. All right. Get ready. Tinfoil hat time. You ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Hey, everybody. What time is it? Tinfoil hat time. Yay.
All right, let's get into it.
What do I do now?
What do I do with my hands?
All right. Okay, so you know what section this is. We have combined all of our tinfoil hats into one complete section now. Our hats are finally on. These are not our finale hats. These are just some quick hats we came up with today.
Just now threw together.
Yeah. But we do have some final hats coming.
Yes.
So instead of doing this at the end of every chapter, we are doing our big tinfoil hats for the entire episode. It just makes more sense.
Sometimes we ended up answering our own questions in one of the later chapters.
Exactly.
So this will just cut down on some of that.
First one.
Yes.
Do you think Donut knew something was going to happen and that is why she jumped out of the window?
I think it is very sus that this is the first time that she's ever jumped out the window and it's been however long since he's been opening the window to smoke.
Yeah.
So it's the first time she's jumped outside. That's very suspicious.
Now, my question is, do you think that it was a sense thing? Do you think somebody warned her? Do you think she knew something secret that this might be coming and she knew the timing of it?
I don't think it's to that extent. I think it's more of an energetic thing. You know how cats cats and dogs have the whole cancer sense?
Yeah.
Or like somebody's feeling ill or somebody's about to, like, maybe that's why. I don't know.
Yeah.
So maybe an energetic thing. What do you think?
No, I agree with that. I think because does he normally keep the window open, he said, and she never jumps out?
Yeah.
Was the whole thing? Yeah. So I just think that you're right. She just sensed something and was like, oh, something is extremely off. I need to go see what this is.
Yeah, I think that's what happened.
Yeah.
All right. So on that note, Carl was startled awake by a dream at 2 a.m. So
you think this might be a premonition?
I don't know. But the fact that he was startled awake by a dream, went to smoke, she jumped out the window, all within that quick succession. Mm-hmm. He was startled awake at 2 and the thing happened at 2:23, 2:33, something. Yeah. That's not a lot of time. That's very interesting timing. So I'm sus about that.
Do you think maybe the humans are picked ahead of time and they get that signal through a dream and they make it outside?
I am wondering. I'm wondering
I'm
about
wondering that as well.
I'm wondering if there isn't some kind of like harvest, like specific people for things.
Because if this is a game, you're going to want the best, right? You're going to want the like fun people. Because in next week's chapters, we learn about a few really cool sounding crawlers, and you're like, I wonder if these people were picked on purpose.
Yeah. It seems a little convenient.
Yeah. All right. You are given a choice. The person comes over the loudspeaker and says, door's going to open. You can get down to the dungeon or you can stay up top and good luck, basically.
Yeah.
Do you think people are surviving up top?
No.
Okay. So you don't even think there's not going to be like any survivors? There's not going to come up again?
I don't think so.
Okay. I think there's a possibility.
Really?
If you think of like video games and the show Fallout, it's kind of like that scenario, end of world thing, but there's still the possibility of survivors. There's always like some weird cultish survivor, like weird, they might be like deformed or something like that, but there's like always some weird shit above. Always.
That's true.
Yeah. So I think we might see like some people who somehow survived and.
Well, on that note, it's all in their heads. So who's to say that they aren't still asleep?
True.
Who's to say that he was not actually startled awake by a dream? He might still be dreaming.
Yeah.
Like, what if all of this is a dream? Anyways.
All right. So when they're going down into the dungeon, he notices like a little art piece about the Kuitin. Is that how they pronounce it in the audio? Kuitin?
I think so. I can't remember
so they're
exactly.
basically fish demon-looking species, and we think that they are the syndicate species or like the Borant species.
Yes, they are the species, the Borant species. Yes.
Okay, and you think that there's going to be a test of recognition?
That's what it says, and I'm wondering if that was like a foreshadowing thing. There will be a test, and it's really, I think
that sounds like a type of joke like Douglas Adams would put in his book. To where you don't pay attention to it, but you should have paid attention to it because there is a test. That's the joke. There's going to be a test.
Yep.
Do you remember these creatures?
Yep.
That's brilliant. Love it.
All right. So let's talk about human-seeded worlds, and I'm putting that in quotes. Do you think that's similar to the mice doing experiments in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? Because they essentially created Earth. Spoilers for Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. They essentially created Earth to test out the human species. And
that kind of, the word seeding is what bothers me because as we all know that you love to say, words matter, which kind of goes into my next question. Well, what minerals are they harvesting? What rare elements? And the way they say seeded, you're the 7th or 8th seeded human planet. So there's other species that they see, just like we would see.
It was
carrots.
Like 7 or 8. Yeah, there were 7 or 8 species.
Yeah, but the way that the way he said seeded, it sounds like carrot seeded, like squash seeded.
That is exactly how I took that.
So I'm wondering, are we the ones being harvested? Are we the elements? Like
humans themselves as the element?
Or they could just be seeded for the games because of how lucrative the games are.
Maybe. That makes sense too.
Yeah.
They say that it's not in the elements, it's in the games themselves that they're making all the money.
I'm sure that there is some cycle to where it's, okay, we plant these species on these planets, we use those species for games, but all of the elements and everything that they mine and all the stuff they steal. That's probably what happens, like basically slaves. So each species is a slave and they mine the planet or whatever. And then once they're done, what are we going to do with all these slaves? Basically gladiators now.
But if we were their seeds and they planted us, are we our own people? I feel like my own people. I just hurt my own.
That's what these are for, protection.
You're
wearing these for protection.
Oh, those.
Okay, next.
Do you think that they will change race when they get to the 3rd floor?
I think Donut won't, because she will have advantages being a cat. There's a lot of things that are going to make it to where she does not change being a cat. I do think Carl will become a changeling because, obviously we've seen the covers of the other books. We know that he's in a human form. Obviously they make it past level 3, has to be early because there's 18 fucking levels. So if he's still human, then that's boring if both stay the same species. But I think maybe he's going to be a changeling or something.
Okay. Like a changeling at will?
Why not? If you're going to be facing other mobs and other NPCs and other stuff like that.
Ooh, that's fun.
Because then that would boost your charisma, I would think. if you're doing nerd talk.
How often can you change as a changeling?
It just depends on the rules of the game.
Oh, okay.
That's all it is. That's why it's fantasy, it's magic. D&D, you have rules. Like, probably for me, when I'm a druid, I can only do, like, at first I can only do 2 changes into a animal form once every long rest.
Okay.
And then once you get higher level, obviously I get 1 extra change. So it could be like that, where like he can change form like once every 2 days or something like that.
Is he going to have the human form as his main form? Is that usually how that works?
So. I mean, might as well, because if they're going to become famous, you're going to be the face. So you don't want to lose that face, and that's why I think they're not going to change, because Donut wants to be famous. So,
what class do you think they'll choose?
They're already being set up, and this is already early. Like, you can tell where they're being set up. Donut is going to be some type of caster.
Okay. Yeah, with the magic missile.
And we can explain a little bit more on that next week, because something happens and you can see why she's going to be a little bit further back during some fights.
Yep.
And then Carl is going to be the tank. He's going to be, what is it? Is it Brewmaster?
Brewmaster Monk?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So like hands-on, using his fists and stuff like that. So with pergolism and all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pugilist.
Yeah, because he's already being set up for tanky stuff. And yeah. So after this season, Morty mentions that he'll become a full citizen. What do you think that means?
Gosh, becomes a full citizen. I don't know.
That to me sounds like there's a planet, maybe a system or a galaxy, most likely galaxy, with how big this whole shindig is, where maybe like the capital in Hunger Games, where everyone's free and you're like can do whatever the hell you want. You're part of the people now.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you served your time and earned your reward.
Would that be like Red Rising? Does that happen in Red Rising? Can you ever go above your station?
No, you are okay. You are where you're at.
Oh,
you are. They breed you.
Oh,
yeah. You and I are gonna read that series together, because the last book's coming out, and I guarantee you're gonna be beyond obsessed. Bree knows.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
So this absolutely blows my mind. I'm sure it blows your mind, especially being a WoW person, because we're always limited with how much we can carry. Like D&D, there's how much weight you can carry, and then in WoW, there's like how many items you can carry. In this, it seems like it's just never-ending inventory. And then what I want to know is, in a game, it's a game. It's just a fucking piece of paper or a coding. So where do the items go?
In this?
If this were happening in real life, where? So it'd have to go to another dimension, right? Out of space and time, like the 5th dimension? Because there's no way.
But you don't actually physically put it anywhere.
But if you went into the space and time dimension, if you were a 5th dimensional being, like if you had access to it, right? You could literally just place items in there all day long, and it wouldn't weigh you down, because it's not going anywhere in time. Like, it's forever stuck, like where you put it. And then you can just fucking reach in, boop, grab it up. These. You're like, the fuck? I'm like, tinfoil hat. I have a reason.
Oh, I'm so glad I have this on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
On that note,
let's talk about the foot fetishist.
Yes. Yes.
Any thoughts about that?
That's going to be a running gag. Guaranteed.
Oh, for sure.
Easy running gag. There's going to be a foot fetish. Carl's never going to get fucking shoes.
No, never.
Because they're giving the dude toe rings.
Toe rings, yes.
It's a badass toe ring, though.
Do you think he's going to have to lose the Crocs at some point? Or do you think he's that's
barefoot
part of
already? I thought he already lost the Crocs. When they were running from the goblins, didn't they lose the Crocs already?
Oh,
I'm pretty sure he's barefoot right now.
Oh, okay. Poor guy.
Yeah. All right, so what skill is hidden by filters for Frogger?
Yeah, that is interesting. I have only played Frogger like twice.
I played it a whole bunch. Maybe there's going to be like a Frogger level?
What skill?
There's got to be like a Frogger level.
Like dodging.
So basically, it's very simple. You have a frog, and then you just have moving things one going this way, one going this way, and you just got to dodge traffic and move your ass around, but you can only go left, right, up, down, because it was old school joysticks. So I'm wondering if there's going to be like a Frogger level where it's just like nonstop shit, and you got to like time your jumps and all that.
It's got to be something like that.
Something like that. So Frogger's going to come into play.
What skill is that? dodging
old
shit.
school video
dodging
games.
shit.
It could be like a Ready Player One scenario where it's like you have to play an old school video game or something like that to win. I don't know. But Frogger's going to come into play.
Oh, for sure.
Somehow.
Do you think Carl's going to reach level 18?
Yeah.
What about Donut?
Oh, yeah, they'll both reach it.
How is that possible?
Because there can be only one after level 18. There can be one winner. So at least two are going to go level 18. So maybe they'll have to face off on each other in this last book. I don't know.
Hear me out. Yeah. What if she just loses weight and becomes a pet?
She sacrifices. Oh, yeah. That's a great tinfoil hat. So you're saying she's going to sacrifice her crawlerness to become a pet so they both leave together. That's a good one. That's a good one. I see that happening. That way, neither one has to die, and it explains that only one can leave. There you go.
I apologize if I just fucked that up for everybody.
But it's a tinfoil hat. Like, it's a guess. Like, it's not like you're right. We didn't read ahead. Like, we'll be honest, we've read this book and only this book, and we forgot almost a lot of it.
Almost everything.
So, yeah. So this is literally a guess. That's a very good fucking guess. I am very proud of you for that guess.
Just because she was allowed to be a crawler because
you
she
see
was
my
a
tinfoil
chomp.
hat right now. Here's how I feel right now about your guess.
Ooh. I'm glad you're excited about my guess.
All right. So, very last question that we have. This
Yes.
is probably obvious. Is the game rigged?
What do you mean by rigged?
Do you think those in control are going to rig it? When he was fighting the goblins, and they mentioned you're speaking syndicate, idiot, and then he got killed before he could say the other thing, like you're a slave, basically.
Yeah.
You're like, you're not going to make it past or something like that. And then even Mordecai mentions you can't going past 12 is ridiculous or whatever.
Well, nobody's made it past 13. He made it 5 minutes?
Yeah, exactly. So there's something going on.
What if 13 is Frogger? And that's why he only made it 5 minutes.
Oh,
because he's not good at Frogger.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be like a Frogger type level, and then he's gonna fucking beast mode it. Okay. So Frogger is going to be a deeper level run.
Yeah.
I like it. I like that one. That's a very good tinfoil hat. Yeah. But yeah, game is
100%
rigged because they already are given items based on the person.
They do that anyways in regular games too.
Yeah.
But also, let's talk about the fact that there were how many openings in New York City? Like there were only 150,000 open spaces. And that seems like an inordinate amount in New York.
Yeah.
So that again plays to the theory that it's rigged.
It is rigged.
And that they may have been going after specific people or specific types of people or specific areas of people. They knew what time of day it was. So who's out at 2 a.m.?
Yeah, that's what I mean. They had to wake up the people that were sleeping to get their asses outside because there's no way you're going to wake up all the different time zones without having to somehow get them up out of sleep if you want them to play.
Do you think they got B up?
I forgot to put that in here. That is one of my tinfoil hats. Something tells me we're going to see B in some capacity. I don't know if she's going to be a crawler. I don't know if she's going to be sucked in the game somehow, or something tells me she's going to be in it.
Oh, for sure. I didn't even think about her being
she's halfway around the world. Right?
Like the hoarder, yeah. But remember they said as the levels go down, the space gets smaller.
But not until the third level.
Yeah.
So the first two levels are the entire world.
Still that big size? Oh, I thought it... Okay.
It's still Earth-sized dungeon.
Okay.
Because of what Carl says in next week's chapters.
Oh, okay.
For the number of level 2 doors that pop up.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, man.
All right.
It's definitely rigged. For sure.
100%. All right. I think that was a very successful tinfoil hat session.
I think so.
I like this, the way we're doing it.
I do too. That was a great time. All right. So if we missed any of your tinfoil hats or you had something that you wanted to throw in the mix, please feel free to send it to us on any of our socials or at bookedfor2podcast@gmail.com.
All right. So thank you for hanging out with us, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks for joining us for this episode of Booked for Two.
Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review to help other book lovers find the show.
Follow us on socials at Booked for Two Podcast for behind-the-scenes content, updates, and sneak peeks. And don't forget our random lives with random topics. We will try to announce our lives when our ADHD lets us remember.
Join us for our live Q&A. We are back to Friday at 7:30 p.m. Central on TikTok. We'll answer your burning questions, react to your theories, and occasionally overshare our book-related emotional damage.
Want even more chaos? Join our Discord. The link's in our bio. Come hang out, chat books, and get early access to exclusive content.
And finally, don't forget, new episodes drop every Wednesday morning. And if you have any comments or questions about the show, you can email us at bookfor2podcast@gmail.com.
Until next time, keep turning the page.